I do miss streaming, man. But obviously, all I got is time right now, innit? So all I can do, really. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. I ain't showing my face on here in a minute.
How are you feeling about your next court date?
A 29-year-old will face a committal hearing.
645 days ago, as I make this video, young Philly was first arrested in Australia. When he went out there for his tour to perform music, he never would have thought this happened.
Alright, can we all agree that going to court is scary, innit?
Depends what court. Bit magistrates or crown?
I went, ooh, I wonder where I went. I had like 4 judges.
This whole situation started back in September 28, 2024 in a Perth hotel room. So he's pleaded not guilty to a string of sexual assault related charges. He has 6 counts of sexual penetration without consent, originally 4 plus 2 additional filed in June 2025, and 3 counts of assault and occasionally body harm, and 1 count of strangulation. Just to clarify as well, because these cases can be confusing when there's multiple charges. Yes, there is multiple charges, but there is only 1 victim in this case, which is important to clarify. So right now there's going to be a 10-day trial scheduled to start July 20th, 2026 in Perth District Court, and he's currently on bail with strict conditions, including regular police reporting. If you guys remember, not long ago he returned to the UK for a little bit. They just let him come back to see his family over Christmas, and they didn't even want this to happen. The prosecution, they were saying that we have extremely strong prosecution case supported by CCTV and photo evidence, and they said that young Philly was no ordinary accused person, but someone with significant influence and reach with a combined following on YouTube, TikTok and Instagram of 8 million accounts.
Apparently the police officers have strong CCTV evidence for why they justified themselves making the extradition and the arrest, as well as photos and videos of the young girl's injuries to her body and to her neck. So start off at the beginning. These are allegations.
The prosecutor also provided the magistrate with photos that were not shown to the court, which raised the question of consent. In reference to what photos depicted, the prosecutor said no ordinary person can consent in those circumstances. Across her body was a history of violent acts, and we say those photos and what is alleged is beyond the pale. Is beyond what could be considered to be a consensual act. You guys might wonder, with young Philly having such a big audience, why hasn't he addressed this? He also opposed a suggestion of the prosecution that the client being banned entirely from posting online, arguing eradicating access to social media in the modern age. But young Philly's own lawyer was saying that's entirely unrealistic, particularly in light of the fact that his client's income comes from social media. He needs social media to make a living, and he has been actually posting on Snapchat. He also requested the material facts of the case not to be read in open court, claiming it could prejudice the client's right to a fair trial. What he's basically saying is young Philly's a known influencer online. If we start to release details before this trial, then people could talk about it, and the future jury that are reviewing this could be influenced by what they hear and see on social media in relation to what he's been accused of. Young Philly's lawyer responded to this, saying he questioned the strength of the prosecution's case, claiming the complainant did not raise any concerns about the sexual assault during a call with a friend at 5:31 a.m. after. He said the issue of intoxication would be significant matter in trial. Obviously, this situation has now been 2 years of young Philly waiting for this to finally go to trial, and he had to put up $100,000 of a cash surety to secure that bail with strict conditions. Otherwise, he'd have been sitting in prison for the last 2 years waiting for this. Obviously, it must be more scary for young Philly in a situation that he's not familiar with, being in Australia. He's from the UK, he doesn't live there, but actually it come out that he's had fans in court actually supporting him. 3 men who appeared to have links to young Philly were in a public gallery during a certain hearing, declined to speak to the media outside, but a number of young people said their fans also sat in public gallery telling the ABC outside court they wanted to hear the allegations for themselves. But in 5 days, young Philly is going into the most important 10 days of his life, where he'll have to prove his innocence and fight for his freedom in a foreign country. And this guy hasn't been able to actually do his work properly for many years now. So this is the most important point of his life. And he said, literally as I'm making this video on Snapchat, that he misses just being able to work normally.
The urge to just turn on the stream. No mic, no camera, just the screen. You get me? I do miss streaming, man. I miss streaming. Streaming was so sick. This is how I spend my days, man. If it ain't worshipping the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and taking in the word, then I'm on Le Mans Ultimate, banging it out. Yeah, it's mad. I've done like over 105 races in under 2 weeks. Mad, innit? But obviously all I got is time right now, innit? So all I can do, really. But yeah, I hope everyone's well. I ain't showing my face on here in a minute. Raw!
Young Philly having money has a slight advantage on his side of being able to appoint, of course, a hard-hitting barrister that's going to have all the experience in Australia. Him not being from there as well, he's had to come to terms in the last 2 years of their legal system and how everything works. But going into this trial, the people prosecuting Young Philly have just come out and said, look, we have CCTV, we have pictures, but we're not telling you anything until this trial starts. We don't want anything getting out there. And the only thing we've heard from Young Philly's side is that intoxication has played a part. So already they're playing on something here about people being drunk. Of course, they've also said about that phone call after, where the victim initially didn't say anything on the phone to her friend after the alleged thing happened with Young Philly.
Exclusive new details of a young Perth woman's boozy night out before she was allegedly raped by British rapper Young Philly can now be revealed. According to court documents seen by Daily Mail Australia, the 20-year-old university student attended a VIP party at Bar One nightclub in Perth, Western Australia. The documents reveal that the young woman was with a friend who had 12 drinks, including shots of tequila, and that the alleged victim was more intoxicated than she was. Following the party, the young woman is believed to have accompanied Young Philly to a hotel room where the alleged assaults took place. Court documents reveal that the young woman rang her friend immediately afterwards at 5:31 a.m.
That's the only thing we have going into this, but everything will unfold in this trial. We'll get to the bottom of what happened that night. And at the end of the day, it's just important that we get justice and the right person is proven of telling the truth. And nobody mentions this. In the tough times in your life, many people will turn their back on you. But just watch this clip of Young Philly before and after. He was asked here, when was the last time that he went to church?
The last time I went to church?
Oh, bro.
Not trying to out you or anything.
No, never. 4 years ago?
Is there a reason that you haven't been back?
Yeah, and my reason is bad because
You feel like you're not pure and all that stuff.
I just want to be
The best version of yourself. But shall I tell you why that's a bad excuse? Because you need it the most. You need it more than the people that go weekly, because of the fact that you haven't been for so long that when now you
Sound
go
like
back.
my mum.
You know what I mean? That's generally the truth.
My
bro.
mom says the same thing. She goes like, the more you say that, because I'm like, oh, but I want to be like the best.
He mentioned his mother in that clip. That's really important because I'm going to talk about that as well. But now look at Young Philly in recent times.
On my way to church. Looking forward to what the pastor has to say this week. Because last week, I felt like he spoke to me. Have you ever been to a church service and felt like the pastor speaking directly to you? Let me know.
Young Philly had come out at one point. His mother moved over to support him in Australia and be with him.
How's your mum doing? Is she okay? She fly over to Perth to be here? Yes.
Meanwhile, the UK industry he thought he was a part of and his friends had just all been poking fun of it.
Speaking of which, Young Philly was allowed back to the UK whilst on trial.
Oh my god. Only he can make up stuff like this, I swear. 100%, man. Where's this going?
In 12 months, he's gone from foot asylum to ankle tag.
This guy is mental. Stephen is mental.
So listen, we're going into this non-biased. We're here the victim's side, we're here Young Philly's side, but the most important question here that we have, we just seen what happened with the Michael Ward trial. He was found innocent, he had time, but he was in the UK, back home, waiting for this, still ruined his career. The most important question to ask is, of course, this.
I might get so cancelled for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If, oh, there's an eye bogey there. If Young Philly gets found not guilty, what are we doing about that? Because if, that comes out, the way that guy has potentially lost everything in his life is so unfair. Like, I'm not even being a pick-me, like, oh, please notice me. Like, no, like, I'm not here for that. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying she's lying before anyone jumps down my throat. But what I am saying is there's so many girls out there nowadays that do lie about stuff like that, which is so fucked. That is.
Every accuser 100% needs to be taken serious. Like, a woman doesn't want to be the person that got that happened to her. But also, I just think, I said it in my last video about Michael Ward, the thing with all these cases is time. Young Philly, Michael Ward, Andrew Tate, Thomas Partey, Russell Brand, all these trials take ages. But if someone goes to steal something from the shop, it's in the courtrooms the following week. Young Philly's been around for a long time, but this really happened at the peak of his career. Music was actually going really well for him, and even the streaming he was jumping on as well. This guy had so many different income sources. He was even getting a massive corporate brand deals where now, even if he's found innocent, these brands will have a second look at him. And obviously, if he did do this, he deserves the harshest punishment possible. But I do feel like young Philly, in his case, has been treated as if he's already guilty.
The fact that people can lie about that, again, I want to emphasise, I am not saying this girl is lying. I'm not, because I don't know the girl. I don't know young Philly, I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
But what are we doing about that? Like, if it comes out and she's lied, she better go to prison for a very, very, very long time. And any brands that dropped him, or whoever dropped him, you lot better grovel, because imagine being in that position if it's not even true. Because obviously, like, social media likes to jump on a bandwagon and they like to speculate, like, and instantly think someone is guilty of something. I could give my opinion, but I'm not going to give my opinion.
When you're a personality on the internet, anything that happens to you, the internet will jump on it and you're going to be memed for anything you do. Anyway, this is obviously a very important situation. It's had real life effects on people. And like I said earlier, I just wanted to emphasize how fake many situations are that you see online. You think he'd have his friends around him. He's got some supporters in the dock. His mum will support him. And now it's his faith that's been dragging him through it.
I'm really deep in. You see, if God tested you, if God is putting you for a test, you know he loves you. Like, God loves you regardless. But you see, if he's testing you, just know he loves you. So yeah, man, embrace them tests. Pray to God to give you understanding why you have those tests. And yeah. I woke up on a righteous one today. That's how I'm feeling.
If you guys remember, when he returned to the UK, he was posting the bizarre Snapchat videos and even the pictures of his feet. But I think I know why he was doing this stuff. Every time. Someone says he's spamming Snapchat because it's the only way he can make money without seeing bare comments. And this was an easy form of income for him, why he's sitting over there paying his legal fees and not earning the money he once did. Obviously, as a human being accused of the most disgusting thing in this case, his mental health definitely has deteriorated, but I do think many people also saying young Philly's always acted like this on Snapchat, and it's just an easy way for him to make money. They pay creators really well. He may have even had a pre-existing deal with them. And if young Philly wins this case, I think he returned to the UK, locks himself in a room and just streams and realizes the whole industry is fake. I think going through this, you're going to see a completely different young Philly who keeps to himself. When rape cases actually make it to trial in Australia, says once it successfully passed the police investigation and reached courts, the conviction rate is higher but still challenging. Studies indicated approximately 41% of defendants who actually make it to trial are convicted of sexual offences by the way of a guilty plea or a verdict. In Perth and across Western Australia, said the standard offence, a maximum penalty of 14 years imprisonment, implies for standard non-consensual sexual penetration. An aggravated offence, the maximum penalty is 20 years in prison. There is, of course, aggravating factors and things they look at, like any other country do, like first offences, early plea discount. So we'll cross that line if he's found guilty on this channel and what sentencing could be, but right now we'll focus on the trial. Make sure you subscribe to the channel right now and leave a like on the video, and we'll keep you guys posted on the whole thing. It's going to be 10 days and I'll keep you guys posted on all of it.